Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and where have I been? Good question. So I'm wearing my torture pose department jumper. It's very nice and soft. If I'm being honest, it's way too warm to have it on right now, and yet I'm wearing it anyway. So where have I been? Easy answer, simply not reading. Just didn't read. I think I read 3 books, and not a single one of those were the books that were on my TBR last month. So massive failure on that. I'm going to be 100% honest with you and say I binge watched 12 seasons of Hell's Kitchen. And the only reason I'm stopped is because the next season isn't on YouTube for free. I've been undone. And so I might actually start reading again soon. There's a couple of reasons why I'm hoping I'm going to start reading. Number 1, it's Battleathon and I want to participate. Number 2, as I said, I no longer have Hell's Kitchen to watch. And number 3, I do actually want to read. But now, instead of like, I don't want to read being the problem is I want to read, but there's too many options. I was thinking of just not doing a TBR, just being like, we'll just read whatever. But I feel like if I actually have a TBR, it will actually help, maybe, question mark. So that's the goal. But there is, again, another big obstacle preventing me potentially from reading. And that's the Olympics. I mean, I literally have archery on right now as I'm filming. Like, just looking down every couple of seconds to see what's going on. I will be participating in Battleathon created by Mel. I will leave it linked down below. And basically, the really fun thing about this one is like you are getting more points the higher the star rating. So obviously I want to read a lot of 5 stars. I have not had a lot of 5 stars this year. So the goal is I'm going to try in the 5 stars. So like I mightn't necessarily, because realistically a lot of the books that I think will be 5 stars are bigger books. And so I'm not really aiming on reading like 10-15 books. Like I just want to read like a couple of really solid 5 stars. Hopefully, like, I mean, obviously, like when you're reading a book that you love, no matter how big it is, a lot of the time you will fly through it anyway. So hopefully, like, even with the big books, I will get through a couple, but I'm going to focus on hopefully getting a couple more 5 stars, because I think I've had 3 this year and that was a bit sad. No, 4. Okay. That's so much better, you know? Okay, so last month we ended on Big Book and we spent all of our time over here like we have for like the past 3 months. So let's see how many spins we're going to do this month. 3. Okay, that's not too bad. And then I have to add another one because I literally didn't even touch my TBR. So 4 spins. So spin number 1. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. An adult fantasy. So for my first spin, we got an adult fantasy. And for this one, I'm going to read Jade War by Fauna Lee, which is the 2nd book in the Greenbone saga. So I'm pretty confident or hopeful that this will be a 5 star. I read the first one and I gave that a 5 star. It's one of my only 5 stars of the year. It's my only adult fantasy 5 star of the year. I haven't been reading that much adult fantasy. No, I've been reading a good bit. It's just none of them have been 5 stars. But I did give the first book 5 star, and I actually didn't really expect to give the first book 5 star. I was like, I'm gonna like this, but I'm not sure will I love it. And then, but I've heard great things, especially about the 3rd book, and I was like, I know I'll love it as it goes on, but like, I wasn't sure that I would love the first one, but I did end up, it was just one of those books that like, you didn't want to put it down, but also you wanted to put it down because you didn't want the experience to end. So, which I love that feeling. It's like, I have to stop because I have to savor it. And then it's like, but it's so good. So yeah, so this is the 2nd book. So this follows a family, and they are one of the most important families on this island, and they can use jade, and this kind of enhances their strength and all of these kind of things. There is like this new drug on the market which makes it that other people are able to use jade, and basically another clan is starting a big fight with them. And it's a lot of family drama, if we're being 100% honest. But yeah, I really need to read this before I forget everything that happened in the 1st book. I've gotten really bad with sequels lately. I used to just like binge series, but it's been a while. So I'm hoping that I will get to this, that I will love it. So yeah, so that is book number 1. Nope. 204. 3. 1, 2, 3. A horror. And so number 2 was horror, and this doesn't really work for me very well because horror is a genre that I'm interested in. But I don't know what I like in it. I've only read like maybe like 5 horror books. Like, it's really not that many. I have gotten some 5 stars. I've given Christina Henry 5 stars, so Near the Bone and Lost Boy by her. I have given both of those 5 stars. So like, it's not impossible for me to get a 5 star, but obviously I don't know what I love in horror yet. And so obviously I want 5 stars, and so that's a little scary. So I'm kind of leaning towards either seeing if my library has another Christina Henry. I know like the Ghost Tree and like the Horseman would be the ones that kind of intrigue me the most. And then if not, I think I would read one of T. Kingfisher's horrors, because I'm slowly trying to make my way through T. Kingfisher's entire backlist. And obviously she writes fantasy romance, and she writes some horror books. So I don't love her like straight up fantasy. I love her fantasy romance, and so I'm kind of intrigued to see where I will lie on the horror aspect of it. Spin number 3. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A romance. I really love that spot, don't I? And then number 3. I land on this spot, I think, almost every single time, and it's romance. And I do actually, again, have 2 options, which is not how this game is supposed to work, really. In fairness, I think I will get to both of them during the month. I will definitely get to both of them during the month. Yeah, I'm definitely going to get to both of them. So it doesn't really matter which one I pick. So the first one would be Paladin's Faith by T. Kingfisher. This is the 4th book in the Saint of Steel series. This is one of the biggest ones as well, I think. 490. Yeah, this is a chunky one. And so this is the last one that is out so far. There's still 3 more that are going to come, but I don't know when. But yeah, so this, I don't know which one of them. This follows Shane. So each of these books follows one of the different paladins. All of them, there's only 7 of them left because their god died, and most of them either died with the god or like went insane and all of this stuff, and they've slowly died out. And so there's only 7 of them left, and each book follows them as they find love and all of that. And yeah, I've given one book in this series a 5 star. I've given the other 2 4 stars. I've given Sword Heart by T. Kingfisher 5 stars. So it's definitely going to be a 4 star, but maybe a 5 star. So good bet. And then the other one, as I said, I'm going to read both of them anyway, so it doesn't really matter which one I put down. It would be A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston. It's on my list of most anticipated releases for the year, and I really haven't been doing a good job of those. But like, surely anticipated releases should be the books that I'm most likely to give 5 stars. They're the like authors I've read from before that I've given 5 stars, that I love, or in Ashley Poston's case, I've given 2 4 stars and really like their books. So I'm hopefully going to be doing a video where I read some of my anticipated releases. So as I said, both of these should be getting done. And then our 4th and final spin. A 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my god, yes! Finally we're moving. So set in a fictional country, and I think, oh, I don't know where I want to go. Maybe over there? I think we're going to go over there. And so next month we will have different prompts. Last but certainly not least, because this could be a very big mistake. I have put this on so many TBRs. It is on my top 10 priority books for this year. It will 100% be a 5 star. There is no doubt in my mind that it will be a 5 star when I read it. And that is Fool's Quest. It's already been on the TBR this year, and then things fell through. I finally have found a place where I can listen to the audiobook, so I will be listening to it. It is such a long audiobook though, and that scares me. I've had this rant like 100 times before. I was reading this along with Catch Up Book Club from the very start, which was March 2020. And then I had a huge slump in, would have been 2021? 2021. 2022? Whenever, I don't know. And the last 2 books I fell behind on, and I've obviously never caught up. I've obviously never finished the series. I'm absolutely terrified of the series because I know it will actually emotionally wreck me, and it's safe being in this limbo because it won't hurt me. Despite the fact I know. So like you would think I would be emotionally prepared. No, I'm not. But also, will it give me a 5 star? Yes, it will. Obviously, the goal is to read some 5 stars. There's not really a lot on my TBR that I'm like confident is a 5 star prediction. A lot of them are like 4 star predictions for me. Which like it's still solid. And like will still get me decent points. I am hoping and planning on doing a okay, gonna be honest with you. I have been in the middle of an anticipated reading vlog since like March or something. I read A Tempest of Tea by Hafsa Faisal. And so I want to finish that, and then I should have enough to do a part 2. So you should be getting 2 anticipated releases videos in the coming month. And so, as I said, anticipated releases should hopefully be 5 stars for me. So I will hopefully be reading The Warm Hands of Ghosts by Catherine Arden. I'll also hopefully be reading Court of Wanderers by Rinch Pecco. As I mentioned, Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston. Other 2? Is it 2? Let me check. Was Mirrored Heavens by Rebecca Rowanhorse, but I'm pretty sure that won't be a 5 star. It'll be either a 3 or 4 star, like the rest of the series has been. But I do want to read it, but I'm not sure would it be the best choice for this month. And then the last choice is The Sky on Fire by Jen Lyons. I am desperate to read that book, but my library doesn't have it or anything, and I have all of her other books in paperback, and it's just, I don't know what to do about it. I might use a credit to buy it. I don't know. Haven't decided. But yeah, so those are the rough plans that I have. Let's be honest, will I stick to them? Probably not. I'm sorry. Am I? No. So thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next one.